Ladies and gentlemen, a typical day in the Chief Minister's calendar is what I saw yesterday. Morning, 8 o'clock sharp, there was a breakfast meeting. One of the biggest aerospace industry, a global CEO, one of the biggest in the world, he had breakfast with the CM, along with some other very, very important people. He pitched very hard for investments in Andhra Pradesh. Then whole day non-stop we had gone to the World Food India. We had a series of back-to-back meetings, then a fantastic presentation given by him. Then we had a Singapore-Germany collaboration, MOU with APEDB for promoting agriculture, best practices and also investments in Andhra Pradesh. Then he had a series of meetings with various ministers and other dignitaries. And 9:30 we took off from Delhi. And in the aircraft, first 1 hour he did a review with me on the USA, UAE and UK trips, which we did recently, and what is the follow-up action to be taken. Each and every meeting he went very much in detail. Then he was telling who has to do what is the follow-up, what are the timelines, and what we have to achieve at the end of the day, and what are the further stages of focused review which will be held. Then afterwards, he spent next 1 hour, 1.5 hours in the flight, continuously discussing e-Pragati. Pragati is one of the finest ever e-governance project anywhere in the world which is taking place. In fact, it is one project which will eliminate corruption to a large extent from this country. It is one project which will save a lot of time of government servants, senior dignitaries, ministers, officials, and also the citizens, because about 740 services are going online completely. Citizen doesn't have to go to the office. Everything will be done at home. Same thing Mr. Chandrababu Naidu did way back in 1996 in something called e-Seva. Today, a whole country is using e-Seva. It's much better now. You can have the facility on your own mobile phone. Now the same thing he's doing across the sectors. It's the world's biggest e-platform, e-governance platform, which will revolutionize the way India will function in future. It will make citizens' life extremely happy, and really it will give a big hit to this thing called, the evil called corruption. Anyway, we landed at 12 o'clock. Morning 6:30. I had a group from Israel meeting me because my flight again I had to come from Vijayawada for this meeting. They are now setting up one unit in Anantapur for pomegranate. In fact, I am not joking. The size of pomegranate they have brought from Israel is this size. I am not exaggerating. Whereas our Anantapur is about this size, about a cricket ball size. And they want to grow that huge size of pomegranate in Anantapur. And they're targeting something like, in a matter of about 3 to 4 years, about 4,000 crores worth of exports from Anantapur to Israel and other countries. Then we came. And see, this is how a typical day goes. There's nothing like a holiday for last 2 years. And I've been working with the state government. But it's real fun, really exciting. Now, coming back to tourism, about 3 years back, I went to Bhadrachalam temple with all family. Then somebody told us you should go to Papikondalu. Then we said, fine, went to Papikondalu. Then there was an island where we stayed overnight. It was, I think, December 27, 28, something like that. It was just 2 to 3 degrees. It was so cold. And when we slept there, just looked up the sky, it was all tents. The clearest possible sky on earth I saw. It is so beautiful, unbelievable beauty. The next day morning, we went on Papikondalu all the way till Dindi. And it was the most amazing experience of my life. Beautiful mountains on both sides. Then entire river cruise. Then afterwards, we went to Konasima. That was again another phenomenal experience. Backwaters. I always thought Kerala was the most beautiful state in the world, in the country. But suddenly I realized that Andhra Pradesh is no less. It is so beautiful, the Konasima, the backwaters. Then you talk of Araku, you talk of Pulicat Lake, you talk of various other areas. They are fantastic places of enormous beauty. But what is of importance is the present state government is working very hard to not only further beautify all these places, but to attract tourists all over. In fact, one of the fantastic initiatives which is being taken by the state government is, believe me, it will be a complete game changer. Again, what Mr. Chandrababu Naidu does, rest of the country will do. They have already started doing. See, he is building a 1,000-kilometer road right on the beach. If some of you might have seen Highway 1 of California. In fact, he got elected on 15th May 2014. 16th May, I met him. I told him, sir, I saw the Highway 1. I drove on the Highway 1. It was the most beautiful experience I had in my life. As you drive completely, you have beach on one side. Some places you have mountains. Some places you have enormous scenic beauty. Then the chief minister, to my knowledge, he has not seen the highway, but he made his inquiry. Within immediately he said, let's do an entire highway for 1,000 kilometers. We are today going to build one of the most beautiful roads in India. As you drive, you will completely see ocean on your right side, or which side, depends on which side you are traveling. Then entire beachfront tourism is being opened. And this is a fantastic thing, because on the parallel we have the Chennai Vizag Industrial Corridor. So we are making it a major logistic hub and also a tourism hub. Lot of islands which are there, which are now going to come up for tourism. In fact, we were there other day in UK. Somebody was inquiring if there are islands in Andhra Pradesh, we would like to come and invest. Because, I mean, that will open up fantastic tourism. People want to take entire island all over and develop beautiful resorts. No, that's also another magnificent thing happening. Coming back to the capital city of Amaravati, that is going to be a tourist paradise of its own, because entire one city is coming, which is called the tourism city. It's coming closer to the riverfront. Mind-boggling tourism activities coming up in that city. Mind-boggling because of various reasons, I'll explain. They're now making canals, about 2 canals in that city. And they want to bring beautiful touristic architecture on both sides of the canal, like Amsterdam. Like, and for information of all of us, Netherlands experts are coming and doing that particular planning. They're already there, they've been engaged. Then 35% of that city, they're going to make it water and greenery. And 17 medical institutions, I mean, some of them are part of big universities, are coming there, 17, and all of them are respectable names. Believe me, there's no fly-by-night operator there. You have SRM, you have VIT, you have Amity, you have BR Shetty, you have King's Hospital, you have Mata Amrutanand Mai. They're all respected institutions across India and abroad. 17 of them, medical universities are coming. Some of them are having 30,000, 40,000 students, multidiscipline. Now, why I'm saying this very important from tourism point of view, one Manipal Medical College, Engineering College has built an entire township. Imagine what 17 of them can do. Just imagine at the back of your mind. And this is going to open up medical tourism also in a big way. Another important thing I'll tell, before I talk of Economic Development Board, I'll talk for 5-10 minutes. See, another very important thing, what is happening, amazing. If I tell you, you'll not believe, but that's what happening there. India's biggest financial district is coming in Amravati. 1,700 acres of land. It will be bigger than Gurgaon in Delhi, near Delhi. 1,700 acres of land has been taken by the Singapore consortium through a government-to-government deal, which Ascendas, Sembridge, they are constructing. And it's a PPP between Government of AP and Singapore government. And they are going to bring some of the biggest fintech, some of the biggest IT, some of the biggest R&D, some of the biggest corporate entities situated in Singapore to come and set up their entities there. Singapore, as all of you know, is an island. It's a land challenge place. The great and the late Lee Kuan Yew has put a cap of maximum 65% urban growth. They already have touched that, almost touching. So they need to expand. They have a very good relation with Mr. Chandrababu Naidu. Now the expansion of Singapore, I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating, because we are formally working, EDB Andhra with the Singapore IND, the IE and Singapore EDB and other entities. The large investments are going to flow from Singapore, and some of the very, very high-end, some of the highly skilled people are going to come and work from Amravati. It's not only Singapore, Japan also is looking for investments in that area. There are a number of other investments coming. All these will open up huge tourism potential. It could be medical tourism, it could be entertainment tourism, it could be business tourism. And India's biggest exhibition center on 200 acres. Your Pragati Maidan is only 46 acres. 200 acres is coming up there, being done by CII. Yesterday also we had a meeting with the Chief Minister and Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, Director General of CII. We are coming up with a 200-acre exhibition ground, which also will have a National Startup Center of CII. And that will have exhibitions throughout the year. We are also coming up with a 10,000-seater convention. That will be again India's biggest convention, which is again coming in Amravati. I mean, I'm just talking of one city, but a lot of efforts are being made by our tourism department, our government of Andhra Pradesh, to take tourism to a much, much higher level in the coming years in Andhra Pradesh. So there is a very bright and excellent future for tourism sector in Andhra Pradesh. That is the reason why I have taken the trouble of explaining all this. We are also heavily into organic farming. We are now engaging 2 lakh farmers in organic farming. And that will also, organic farming, and also we are talking of a lot of plantation, greenery. The Chief Minister wants to take the greenery to 50% and above. That is his ambition. 50% of the state he wants to be covered by greenery. That's not happened anywhere in India. I'm sure he will do it in the years to come. But that will also mean huge tourism potential, which will come up in the next maybe 7 to 8 years in the state. Having said all this, I'll quickly go to a few initiatives which Economic Development Board has done. This board was inspired by the Singapore Economic Development Board. In fact, the Singapore government advised our Chief Minister to start this. If you go to 1961, India had per capita income of $350 and Singapore had around $400. Today in 2017, India has a per capita income of around little over $2,000. Singapore has a per capita income of about $56,000. I mean, we started same time at the same level, but today they are about 25 times richer than us. One of the main reasons, architects for this change, is the Singapore Economic Development Board. The late Lee Kuan Yew has started that board. Then he has given them enormous support to promote investments across the state, across the sectors, to become a one-stop agency for giving all the incentives, etc. He made this entire country extremely investor-friendly. That has resulted in huge, high-quality investments coming. At the same time, he wanted a change in the bureaucracy. So he ensured that while the bureaucrats remain at senior levels, a large number of professional experts come at various levels and take active role in the economic growth of the country. That has really paid off. Same thing and it's a young team there. It's only 30 years is the average age of Singapore EDB. So we studied the model. We are trying to replicate the same. Here we have about 50 odd people. A large number of them are in the 20s. I have number of them from IITs, IIMs, ISBs, NALSAR, some of the best institutions in India, abroad. I have people from INSEAD. I had from different, excellent educational backgrounds, very young, wanting to prove themselves. They are doing extremely good job. I have also people at the middle level, senior level. So what I'm trying to say, we are trying to, within the bureaucracy, we are trying to have highly competent and hardworking team to come and promote investments. We have also set up task forces across the different areas. Like life sciences, we have a task force, pharma. Similarly, now we have a task force on electric vehicles. We are coming out with the EV policies in association with the Department of Industries. We have, in different areas, we have task force. We have some very, very senior and top experts from all over the country who are part of the task force, who are become like a think tank which will advise the government on getting the best policies. At the same time, which will help us drive investments. Here again, we are getting the best brains to work for the government through the medium of task force. Talking of the young team, what I have, recently we went to UAE. We have a fantastic person called Mr. Navdeep Singh Suri. He is the ambassador of India to UAE. He's a very senior man. He's the rank of a secretary. He told me that I have met number of government delegations. I have to tell you that your team is one of the best I have seen.